If you are a beginner, the Adobe Audition interface may look overwhelming. It's packed with so many things that may seem confusing at a glance. While all these things make it look complex, it also makes it a powerful and flexible software. In this video, we will learn how to navigate around this interface confidently. We will also learn how to rearrange things in a way that feels comfortable to us. We will also learn how to fix the interface if we make a mess or do something wrong. That will help you to work confidently and efficiently. Let's talk about the main area you'll be using most, the editor panel. This is the big central section where your audio waveforms appear. You can see the panel name appears at the top left of each panel. You can adjust the size of this editor by moving your mouse to the edge of the panel and dragging to make it bigger or smaller. A bigger panel for waveform looks comfortable to edit. You can drag the editor panel to see more of the waveform. You can drag from any side to make necessary adjustments. It is up to you to decide which panel needs a bigger area. You may not use some panels at all, or in very rare cases. You can close some of those panels to create more space for the panels you use. For example, let's say you don't need the essential sound panel. You can close it by clicking the three-line icon, and then choose Close Panel. This frees up room so you can focus on your editing. Now, sometimes you might accidentally close or move panels and mess up your layout. Don't worry, Audition lets you fix this easily. The user interface is organized under a workspace. You can see your workspace from Window, Workspace. You can see a list of workspaces available to your Adobe Audition. I am now using the default workspace, as you can see the tick mark beside it. In your Adobe Audition, you will also see that the default workspace is selected. If you wish to switch to another workspace, you can choose that from this list. However, if you mess up your layout, clicking on the workspace name again will do nothing. For example, let's say I want the layout of the default workspace that we saw at the beginning of the video. I have made some changes to it and now I want to get it back. I will click on Default. I clicked, but nothing has changed in the layout. To get back the original layout, you have to click on the three lines under the default workspace in this area. Once you click that, several options regarding your layout will be given. The first option is Reset to Saved Layout. If I click on that, the original layout of the default workspace will be loaded. You can see I got the original layout of the default workspace. If I summarize, what should we do if we mess up the layout at any point in editing? First, click on the three lines beside your layout name. Then click on Reset to Saved Layout, and you will get the original layout of that workspace. We now know how to reset to the saved layout. Let's explore the option to create a workspace and modify it to our needs. I always recommend creating a workspace and modifying it. It helps to prevent messing around in the workspaces that Audition provides. Let me show you what I mean. You can easily duplicate a workspace. Let's say we want to duplicate the default workspace and then modify the layout. First, click on the three lines beside the default. You see two options to save this workspace. The first one is Save Changes to this workspace. You should use this option with caution. If you click on it, all the changes in the layout will be saved without giving you any warning. You should use this option only when you are sure about the layout modifications in your workspace. To create a new workspace, click on Save as New Workspace. You have to give a name to your new workspace. I will name it Master Editor, but you can name it as you wish. You can see the Master Editor workspace is now active. At this point, it is an identical copy of default workspace. I can now mess around in this workspace and save the layout when I feel comfortable. But the main benefit of creating a custom workspace is that if you ever mess things up, you can just reload it, and everything will go back to how you like it. I recommend that you create a new workspace, and practice like closing panels or opening panels. If you are new to Adobe Audition, the panels may not look familiar, but practicing closing and rearranging panels in this way will boost your confidence in using Adobe Audition. You see that I have made some changes in the layout for the Master Editor workspace. If I now want to get the original layout of Master Editor workspace, you should be able to answer that. I have to reset to saved layout. You can switch between different workspaces too. Adobe Audition offers some built-in ones like Classic, Radio Production, etc. You can switch to different workspaces and have a look at their layout. You might wonder what the benefit of exploring workspaces in this way is. Will it make the audio better quality? Of course not. Workspace has nothing to do with your audio quality. Workspace and layout are all about how things are arranged in Adobe Audition. The more comfortable you are with its interface, the better you will become at audio editing. Because you will be confident using Adobe Audition, you will learn and apply things quickly and correctly. You can also switch to a different workspace from this line. Once you have explored some workspaces, they will appear in this line, and you can quickly switch from here. Let's now see what the workspace looks like with an audio file in it. I will be using the custom Master Editor workspace. The advantage of using a custom workspace is that if I make any mess in the layout, I can also go back to the default workspace and make a duplicate from there. However, messing up your layout is not the end of the world in Adobe Audition. You can always get the type of layout you want. You just need to know where things are and how to use them. I will open an existing audio file by dragging. Dragging audio files into Audition is also really simple. You can just take a file from your folder and drag it directly into the editor. It will appear as a waveform in the timeline. If you previously used Audacity, you will feel like the waveform area is quite small. You can simply drag the area to see more of the waveform. You can also hide panels that you do not use. For example, you may not use the essential sound. In such a case, you can close the panel. After closing that, you will see a bigger area for the waveform. These things look more complex as I show you in the video than it is in the practical case. Once you get used to it, you will find it much easier. Adobe Audition is quite flexible in how you arrange the panels. You can drag to reposition the panels. Of course, it is up to you how you feel convenient. I am basically showing what the options are. If you mess up trying these things, you already know what the fix is. You simply reset to saved layout. You can see it is now back on the original layout. However, I like the bigger area for the waveform. So I will close the Essential Sound panel and save that as the Master Editor Workspace layout. I created the Master Editor Workspace from the default workspace. If I now switch between default and Master Editor Workspace, you can see a bigger waveform in the Master Editor Workspace. Because I saved that layout for the Master Editor Workspace. As a practice of becoming familiar with the Adobe Audition interface, navigate to different areas, try dragging more audio files, and switch between them. This practice may look unnecessary to you, but trust me, nothing can beat confidence and familiarity. Once you feel like you know the interface like the palm of your hand, audio editing will become so easy that you never imagined. So the key is this: don't be afraid of the interface. Spend some time clicking around, dragging panels, loading audio, and adjusting your workspace. Once you do this a few times, Adobe Audition will start to feel much more friendly. And that familiarity will give you a big advantage as you continue your audio editing journey. There's one more helpful thing you should know about rearranging your workspace in Adobe Audition. Let's say you accidentally closed a panel, like the Essential Sound panel. Do you need to reset the whole layout to get it back? Not at all. Instead, just go to the window menu at the top of the screen. Everything listed in that menu is a panel. The ones with a check mark next to them are the ones currently showing in your workspace. If you scroll through the list and find Essential Sound, click on it. It will pop right back into your workspace. Easy. Feel free to explore some of the other panels the same way. Clicking through them will help you get more comfortable with the software. The more time you spend customizing and moving things around, the faster you'll feel at home here. After this video, try creating your own workspace and playing around with different panel setups. Once you get used to the interface, you'll find it much easier to understand and apply all kinds of audio editing concepts. And if you've used other audio software before, like Audacity, you'll pick up Adobe Audition even faster. If you have made it this far through the video, I have something for you. I have an Adobe Audition bundle to facilitate your learning with Adobe Audition. The bundle includes 3 items: an Adobe Audition course, some pre-built presets, and a custom EQ with a preset personalized to your voice. You will learn the best use of Adobe Audition as a beginner from that course. Audio editing will become easy once you complete the course. To help you make your sound better as fast as in one click, I have made some presets. People use these presets to win more voiceover jobs or to process audiobooks faster with zero hassle. The custom EQ with a preset brings up the best audio from your voice recording. Everyone's voice is different, and so is their recording setup. A custom EQ can bring out the best in a particular recording. All these things are included in the bundle with a heavy discount. The Adobe Audition bundle is a no-brainer for those who want to learn Adobe Audition in the correct way and want to get professional audio. I will give the link in the description and the pinned comment. Feel free to check those to know more about the bundle.